Hey guys, it's Brad from churchwp.net here, and I am here to give you a brief introduction to the Resurrect theme by churchthemes.com. If you've been to our website or read any of our reviews, you know that it's one of our favorite themes for churches, and the reason is that it's got a lot of great content, and it seems like it's specifically designed for churches, and only that, it's also pretty easy to use. And so in this brief tutorial, I'm going to try and show you some of the key features of the Resurrect theme, and also kind of show you how to do it so that if you decide to buy it, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into before you actually do it. So the first thing I want to just show you is this is the Resurrect theme here. What I love about it is how it uses images and graphics to kind of communicate your message. And in today's day and age, images are everything. They say images speak 1,000 words, and I think you can communicate a lot just by the images that you use. Also, it's pretty easy to use, and I think that that's a key feature for most of our users. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to show you exactly how to edit some of the key parts of the homepage, because that's really the toughest thing when it comes to a theme. And that's pretty easy to do with the Resurrect theme. So we've already logged in to our dashboard, and we're logged in there. You would, of course, have your license key here. This is a local install, and so I'll install it when I put it to an actual website, and so you do that. So make sure that if you're here at the appearance themes, make sure that it's activated. That's the first thing you have to do. And then from there, it's really pretty simple. Go to the appearance and click on customization. The majority of the stuff that you do on the Resurrect theme can be modified there in the home page. And it's really cool how Steven has set this thing up. He's made it pretty easy for you to kind of navigate and to switch. So he has two different kind of general color schemes that you can use, a dark and a light, and you'll see that here. I've used dark. That means that the words have a darker background and the letters are a little bit lighter, and I have the same thing for the header up here. If I would switch that there and hit save and publish, then you'll notice that up here the words are a little bit lighter, but since I have a light background, that's not what I want. So we'll hit there and just do that back there. The cool thing about this is that you can set it up in a really kind of simple format with a background. You can choose any background color by clicking on the background color here. If you want it red for some reason, you can do that. Or if you just want white or light gray, which are kind of the hip colors right now, that's fine too. But you have that functionality. And then what you can do is tweak these things. If you think it would look better with the light color scheme there, click on the color scheme in light, and you can make the change, and you'll see there, that's light with the dark text, whatever you like. So you can modify that back and forth. But what I really like about the church themes and the Resurrect theme in particular is that they allow you to have a background image, and you can add any image. Now, the cool thing about that, I'm going to put my color back here to gray, or just because honestly I kind of like it that way. But the thing I like about the background image is it helps you to really create a website that communicates the message of your church. The goal of any website should be that your visitors know from your website the vibe and kind of what really matters to your church, and your images can communicate a lot. And so what I like to do is you can choose an image of your sanctuary. You could choose an image of the geographical stuff in your area, say a bridge or a view from the mountain or a street, if that's getting kind of communicates, hey, the community really matters, whatever it is. But adding those kind of things can give your site a completely different feel. So if you're a traditional church, you maybe put a website of your building, and it can show that you are a more traditional church. If you're a contemporary one, maybe show one of your worship service. For the sake of just showing you what I am and how you can do this, I'm going to click on this. Now, in order to do this, you can click here on select a file and choose any file and upload it. I already have some uploaded, so I'm going to click on upload. You can see I got this cherry tree, I think, and also a barn. But just by clicking that and clicking on save and publish, you now have a site with a completely different feel. And that's an awesome thing. It also makes it that your site won't look like anybody else's site, even if they choose the same theme. And I think that's a great feature of the Resurrect theme. And so it's really that simple, just clicking on it, saying how you want it centered and how you want it there. I personally say no you can choose whatever you want as far as how you want and how the image is there. If you want to do no repeat or tile or whatever the case may be, but it's a great feature to have, and you can play around with those buttons. The other cool thing that you can do here with the Resurrect theme is you can honestly change all the fonts on this here in this customization panel. I kind of prefer the sans serif stuff, open sans, something like that. Those are timeless fonts that don't look goofy, and so I would recommend that that's what you would use. But if you have your own, you can choose that from a bunch of them here. And so I would say, play around with that too, to just allow you again to create your site in a way that you love. And whatever changes you make, always hit save and publish. Now, what's really great about this is some of the stuff that he has and how easy it is to modify this stuff here in the header and logo and all that area. So one of the things that you can do is, this is your logo right here. I've inserted my church's logo just for the sake of that. It's pretty simple to do. You follow the similar steps to what you have. Just add new, select your file, click on here, click on that, and then upload it, and there you go, it's installed. If you really want to do some higher resolution stuff, you can even click on this with the Retina logo for really kind of sharp screens. And on top of that, you can move your logo. You can move it to the right or to the left, and I'll just show you how that's done, and save and publish, and there it goes. It will get moved here, and it will shift over just slightly a little bit. You don't notice it much because I didn't do that. So but you can change that a little bit if you want to. So that's a cool feature of it as well. But what I really like is how easy it is for you to edit this area right here. And that is where you can put any kinds of information. Steve's got some stuff that you can automatically put up there. You can put your latest sermon so that people can find it. Upcoming events would be a great one. For me personally, the thing that I find with people and with websites, that they always want to know where and when you meet. And so for me, I make sure that that is on my homepage as often as possible, and so you can see that I've included it there. Now you can just add a tagline, join us this Sunday, but what I've done is used the custom comment area right here, and you'll see that I've actually added some stuff here. There's a HTML code in there so that when you click here for directions, it actually goes there. Now, don't worry if you're not an HTML person. It's actually easier than what you think, and I'll just show you a quick way to do this. Now, I'm just going to choose any page and click here and click on Edit Page. You see where I did that up there? I'm going to type in the information that I want. Let's say join us this Sunday at 10 a.m. And then I'll put the address 1601 Northeast 129th Street, Vancouver, Washington, 98685, and then click here for directions. Okay, that's exactly what I have on there. Now, the thing about it is, if you don't know how to add the HTML tags, just click here on this little link button that you use in all the other ones, and click here, and you can automatically add it to your directions page. Now, I've clicked on this. Now, the trick is, if you want to add this to the area there, click on the text tab. This gives you the HTML tab, and click on that. Click there, and you'll see that it has this HTML code in there, just like what I have. So highlight it, cut it, and then bring it over here and paste it, and yours can look exactly like I have, as long as you have the custom content. It's really that simple. A little trick in case you forget all the HTML code and those kind of things. It really is not as complicated as you think. And so there it is. So that's great. The other thing that you can modify is your footer text. Now, the thing I like about what Resurrect theme does is it has your address automatically and your phone number down there, so that it's easy for people to have that information. And it's there on every page, because the footer is on every page, as is this top kind of header section. So that is stuff that people can find on every page that they click on, and that's great. And so you can edit your information here right there. That's simple. One thing you might want to do once you kind of make it your own is to copyright your own church or something in there, and that's pretty easy to do. The other thing that Steven's making pretty easily here is how to add your Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, YouTube, all those kind of things. He has made it really simple for you to add links to these icons. And the simple thing that you need to do is to click to your Facebook page or your Twitter page, and then cut and paste it right there. So for me, my church is crosswaychurchwa.com, and the Facebook for it is Crossway Church. The group, the page that we have is Crossway Church WA. And so the easiest way for you to do it is to find your Facebook page, come over here, and just go up here and copy it, and then paste it right here like I've done. And that will make this link automatically open it up. Now, he's automatically added some of the most common ones, Twitter, this, but if you don't use it, you can easily get rid of them just by deleting it and hitting save and publish. And all those icons on the top, and you can see on the bottom, will disappear. I still have some of these here. So it's really that simple. Again, social media has become really, really important. And so it's pretty important for you to do that. So anyhow, that is pretty important for you to do. So that's a great way for you to do that and to make those adjustments, and it will make those when you click on those things, it will automatically open it up. The other thing that you can do here on this customization menu area is to change your navigation, which is your menus. You'll notice that the church themes, the Resurrect theme, has 3 different areas: the top, the main, or the header one is what he calls it, and the footer, this area right here. And you can assign different menus that you create, and we'll tell you how you can do that in a little bit, just right here in that area as well. And then you can also modify your home slider as well. If you want to change the transitions and the amount of time it takes, if you got a lot of text, you can up that, or if you want to make it that they have to click on it, you can do that too. But I like automatic transition in about 6 seconds. That works pretty good. And then the other thing is to assign what you want your home page or your front page to be. That is one thing you need to do as you set up the church themes, and that's just create a page called Welcome to My Church or Home or whatever you want to call it, and type that in there. And that will be important because you'll use that later. All this information will be assigned to it, and that will automatically be imported, but you do need to set it there. So if you want to do a blog too, you can create that there. I don't think it's that important right now, so I don't do that. So that's a brief introduction to that part of how you can customize all these different aspects of the homepage and just the general layout of your church's website using this customization feature. So the other thing that I want to quickly just highlight are some of the different aspects and different ways that you do the content of the homepage. And the majority of that stuff is actually done in the widget. You'll see that the home slider, this area right here, is all modified through the home slider widget. This area right here is all modified through the home page highlight area, and this area down here is all done through the home page bottom area. And so if we just go to the dashboard and click on appearance and widgets, you'll see that all those things are here. He's created a pretty simple way for you to create your slider. Every slide has its own thing. You just drag this CT slide over here, and you can add a different slider, and each one is different, and the order is how they go up and down, and there you go. It's really simple. You can see how we've done this here. You click on here and do your title that you want. I just have used test slide and the description, and it will automatically appear over the image. Now, he's also even told you exactly what size image you should use. He recommends a 960 by 480 size image, and you just choose your image here from your media library, and you can add it. Now, don't worry if you don't know how to set up these numbers and an image that size. There's a tutorial that we offer that we'll put a link to in this video on how to do it, but definitely it's easier than what you think, and you can do it right there in WordPress. You don't have to buy any extra tools. And so you create that, put your URL, and once you're done, click save, and keep on doing that for the number of sliders that you want and what you want. And I think that it's great for you to kind of do a first visitor, your sermon series, all those kind of things that you want to highlight and have everybody see, any special events, something like that. The easiest way for you to kind of set this up is for you to actually set it up that you have the go and cut and paste the page that you want. So here's this, click on the about. If you want to link to the about page, just come here, cut and paste that, highlight it, and then paste it here, and that will happen there. So that's the home page slider, pretty simple. The home page highlights are other areas that you want everybody to see. again, maybe this would be a great area for, hey, if you're a first-time guest, this is what you can expect, or here's a sermon series, this is what you can expect. And you create it in a pretty similar way to the way that you do the home slider. You come over here and you drag the CT highlights into this widget area, and then just like this, and then you add all the information that you want. I've already got some here, so I'll just show you. Same thing, you can add a title and a description right there, and then add your URL. And again, same concept here, just choose an image through your media library, but this time you want one that's 600 by 410, and you can as I said, modify that. So the cool thing about that, once you do that, you have two different ones is what he recommends, and so I added two of them there and highlighted that with the different links that you want, and you're up and running. So that shows you how just to kind of do this initial kind of first top part here, your slider and your homepage highlights. The next section that you can also find in the widgets is this area right here, and that's in the home bottom widget, the homepage bottom widget, which is right here. You can see I've added a bunch of different widgets. He's got CT sermons, CT giving. I just have some text in case you want to do general information there. You can do images. I use the widgets map, Google Maps widget. You can do all those kind of things and just drop that right there. Now, he only has one widget for 3 columns, and so depending on how you have these things depends on the order in which they appear. And so you might have to play around with it to make it look like you want it to, but the reality is you can get it to look like that just by modifying these things. And so that is an easy way to do that. So that's really how you set up the majority of your homepage, except for this little area here, the welcome to my church and we are the best church ever, and here's why. The where you modify that stuff is actually in the page itself. And so if you have the dashboard you'll notice that there's this edit page button up here. Click there, and the welcome to my church is the title right there. That's just what I've typed in, but you can just say welcome or something like that, and you can change this area right here by just changing the text and clicking update, and that will automatically be updated on the home page. Now, you have to assign it where we did in the customization, or the other place that you can assign it is right here. You'll notice in the template section that it has home page right there. It really is that simple for setting up the Resurrect homepage, and it's pretty simple to do. I know it may seem intimidating, we're going pretty fast, but at least gives you an idea of kind of just the steps you have to take. The other cool thing that you'll notice about the churchthemes.com the different themes that they offer, Resurrect or Risen, is that they have content either built in if it's Risen, and you can read that in our review, or it's through a plugin that's free and it comes with the theme if you use the Resurrect. And what's cool about that is it's got things that churches need. So you don't have to worry about installing a sermon plugin. That's there already. Just click on sermons and you can add sermons there. You can add the MP3 files just by adding it here. You can see where you add it there in the sermon media. You can add what book of the Bible it is, or what series it is, and who talked about it, and any other tags that you want, and a featured image. And all that stuff is great because it allows people to do searches. So if people want to see the sermons that your church has done on Proverbs, they can search all that stuff if you have all this stuff set up that way. The other thing that he has is an events calendar built in. This is an easy way to create your calendar, and he set it up pretty nicely. You can see that you put your title here. This is what the worship service is. You can give a brief description, and then you can go in here and set the time and the date and all that. Also, the occurrence and how long you want it to. Just really simple things like location and all that. All that's really great to have, and it has a built-in map with it as well. And so all these features are built into the Resurrect theme or the church theme plugin that comes with the Resurrect theme if you like it. Now, my one knock on this events is that it doesn't sync with Facebook or Google Plus, which are kind of important these days. And so if you need that, you might want to look at a different events calendar, but it meets most churches' needs. You can even add staff. You can add a brief bio about the senior pastor, and you can add it. You can put his name or her name, and you can put the bio there and add an image. And the cool thing about that is if you want to create a staff page, it's pretty simple for you to do. He's created a template for you to do that. I'll show you exactly how you do that. Click on pages over here. You can see I have staff and leadership, and click edit. I've assigned it as a template, as a people, and so here I say introduce your staff and leadership. You can talk a little bit about yourself, but when you view the page, you'll see that it's already got the image, the senior pastor, and their bio right there, and they can click on that read bio page that you created. And this is an easy way to do this. The more staff you enter in, the more that they'll have, and each one will have their own bio page, but it's easier for you to kind of do that big listing there. So Stephen's tried to make it as simple as he can for beginners as well, and that's one of those things. The locations are just the normal locations that you meet. This is it, and you can create different locations for different churches or different places that you meet, small group Bible studies, that as a way to kind of share that really quickly. So as you can see, it's a pretty good plugin. It's pretty easy to use. There's a lot of features in it, and I hope that this gives you kind of an idea of what you would get yourself into if you would buy it, and you can also see some of the reasons why we love it at churchwp.net. If you got any other questions about this theme, feel free to shoot us an email or read our review online. It's at churchwp.net, and I'll put the link here in the video, and check out other themes that we've recommended as well, and other video reviews we've done, so that you got more of an idea of what you need. churchwp.net is created to try and help all churches create great looking sites, and definitely check us out. So thanks for watching, and we appreciate it.